single girl would be a roster. By the time she was 21, had another one. This was his girl. Let's name a man. Take all of the books, but you don't give a damn. Here was personal, play not living. Papa said chill, but the brother keep going. Till he won't down, you will tear out your eyes. Don't get side while the baby make us slide. The mama got wise in the game. The girl gets the pop hits, son, here it is. After 10 years without no spouse, mama's getting married in the house. Listen, positive for a negative for the woman, the master. No queen's rise in the chapter. Deja vu, tell me what I'm gonna do. Let me reminisce over you, my lord.
Okay, how are we doing today, guys? Good? Alright. You guys looking good? Yeah? Getting a little bit warmer?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. Okay. My name is Blake. This is my very first hip hop class here at BreakOut Studios. So thank you both for being a part of my experience here. I really do appreciate it. I'll do a little bit about me real quick. I am from Arizona originally. I've been in Tucson since 2010. I started dancing in 2011. I've studied hip hop and street styles rigorously since about 2014. I specialize in locking, but I have experience everywhere. You know what I mean? And in order to understand the culture, hip hop's kind of like its foundation. You know what I mean? So it's, I hope to pass on the knowledge of like the culture, the history, the principal elements of hip hop. There are 5, by the way. Just want to put that up there. We'll get to that later though, a little bit. Yes, just because in order to understand how to dance, we have to know why we dance, right? And it goes with that, you know what I mean? It goes back to ancient times, people dancing around fires, to civil rights movements, to protests, riots, everything like that, you know? So, it didn't just come about, right? Yeah, so, yes, I hope to be, just passing everything along. So, Alan, I've met you before. What's your name? Shade?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to
Shade.
meet you.
Yeah, and so, just so I kind of get to know you guys a little bit better, I'll start with you, Alan, since we were kind of talking about it a little bit earlier. What experience do you guys have with hip hop at the moment?
At the moment,
Yes.
just taking hip hop class with Melissa.
Okay.
Yeah, and prior to taking classes here at Breakout, I'm hip hop a lot. But I used to take classes with Tyler before she left.
Okay.
That was good. She was really good. So.
Awesome.
How to teach me.
Yeah, so you've had a few different teachers here and there?
Yeah, she left to get her PhD.
Okay. Might get in the way a little bit. Okay, awesome, yeah, thank you. And Shade, what about you?
I danced hip hop before. In college, I was on the dance team
Okay.
for hip hop and for like our cheer basketball dance, like warrior girls type of dance. And then from that, like before that, I did a little bit of ballet, a little bit of tap, jazz, and then cheer.
Okay.
All of that dance background. I haven't danced, like, I haven't taken a strictly hip hop class in probably a year because I just moved here. And so I've just been looking around the studios and whatnot. So,
Hey,
you're
great.
my first hip hop.
Well, welcome in. Yeah. We'll experience it together. Awesome. Okay. Yes. So, as part of our warm up, that's how I like to structure things. That's what we'll be focusing on today. You know, what you noticed. We did the bounce. We did a rock. We went over a couple of basic just moves for dance, such as like a rock step, a pas de bourrée, everything like that. Yeah. So. As for the rock is going to be more mechanically focused on the chest. You know what I mean? Rotating from those hips right there. And so that's what we were focusing on with the rock. So you got a couple different rocks. You got a forward rock, like this, where the accent is going to be on the 1, 2, 3. It's on that down beat. 5, 6, 7, 8. You got your back rock. 2, 3, 4, 5 on the downbeat, 7, 8. Alright, so you got a front rock and you got a back rock. Okay? As for your bounces, it's kind of the same thing. You got a couple different bounces, but they go primarily 2 different directions. So instead of going forward and back, you go up and down. You know what I mean? So you go, and this is more focused on your knees. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your fundamental basic bounce on the downbeat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have the up bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Going up on the downbeat. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, tight. Okay, so you're just kind of understanding where the focus is and the accent of the music. And understanding music a little bit. I don't know how familiar you guys are, but you have your downbeat and your offbeat, right? Which one is the downbeat? Okay, so it would be, for that bounce, it would be down, right? Okay, but if we're looking at like music, where would the down be on the 1 or would it be on the ands? 1 and 2 and 3. It'd be on the 1, yeah, that's your down beat. Yeah, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Or if you're doing your up bounce, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Okay, so you have your down beat and then your off beat, which is on the on the end, yeah. So you got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, right? Okay. The only reason why I refocus to that is because a lot of like hip hop moves just in general stay within that the downbeat or the offbeat. You know what I mean? Like you have your 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You know what I mean? Everything is very evenly syncopated. So that's what we'll be focusing on today. Yeah. So I do. Let's see. I've been kind of going off of itinerary a little bit. That's not too bad. You guys got water, right? Did you guys drink water? Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to track where we're at. Oh yes, and then I do want to. Like I said, there are a couple different bounces, okay? So you have your basic bounce, which is what we just did, going down, 6, doing 8 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Basic bounce. You have your MC rock bounce. That's when you pick your legs up. But that accent is still on the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Make sense a little bit? Good. Then the last bounce is your boxer bounce. I don't know if you guys ever seen boxers do like this whole thing. Yeah. Right? Okay, so that's kind of the vibe that you're going for, but you don't have to have your hands like you're about to fight somebody. That's in the past. Unless you want to tussle with me, then we can maybe talk about it. I don't know. I'm not really a big fighter. But that's gonna go on the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So starting with that right leg, you're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and you guys see you'll every time if you go to like a convention or something like that, you'll always see a dancer do a boxer bounce before they do choreography. That's like super intense. Like, all right, let's go 5, 6, 7, 8, and down. You know what I mean? Like they get really hyped into it. So that's kind of like the purpose behind your boxer bounce. Okay. Those are all utilized in basic moves. So yeah. Any questions on those 3 bounces?
No.
Don't worry. Okay. We'll kind of get into those with music a little bit. Okay, and then the last thing I want to emphasize is the skate. Okay, so this is another fundamental move of hip hop. The skate. So you have your rock, your bounce, and your skate. All you're doing is if you start like doing on your left side, you're gonna want to extend that right leg. Bring that left leg up. Just like that. Extend that left leg, and that right leg up. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Keep that bounce. You're going down. 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 Good. Keep it going down. Down. Boom. Cut. Boom. Cut. Speed it up. You're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go. 8. 8. Go, Alan. Go, technology, so one other thing before we start dancing music again that I want to emphasize is how do we count music and what time signature?
Oh, on 8.
An 8 count, right? Yeah. And if we were to even simplify that a little bit more, you can break the 8 count into a 4 count. Yeah. And then even if we want to break it down to music's simplest form, it can be a 2 count. Okay? And that's how hip hop is kind of structured. You have your 1s and your 2s, and a lot of other funk styles focus on that. So in all of these hip hop songs that I'll be playing for you today, you're going to hear your bass and your clap, your snare. That's what you're going to want to focus on, okay? So that's going to be your primary focus for your textures, your levels, even, all your bounces, your rocks, boom, cap, boom, cap, boom, cap, boom, cap, when you get the boom, cap, boom, cap, boom, cap, boom, cap, you know what I mean? So focus on the bass and the snare. Any questions at the moment?
No?
No? Doing okay? All right.
Don't sweat the technique. Don't sweat the technique. Let's raise your heads, check the file. Let's move it down, check the style. I put the script so we can't get filed. Let's stop now, better take the while. I take the bass, super with the beat. I love the bass, so I'm taking it for echo, they trace the scar they keep. When I speak, the quick, sweat the technique. I made my debut in '86, put up to the beat and play this mix, and I'm staying on target and I'm a mess. And I still make nasty beats, parties, clubs, and cars and cheats. All the rap rap, I race the streets, never seen one of me in the both keys. When we sweat the technique. Don't sweat the technique. Yeah, actually, yo, fuck that. Baby, shorty, she a little cutie, girl. The way you take it, if you wanna get on in the booty, yo. Tap, bitch, you see the dang bitches and videos. Find them, have you ever in the free shows? With the shit, and you feel it on your toes. Hot shit, got all the niggas in wet clothes. So I'm at the balls when I walk out of my hole. Yeah, I know you fucking with never go play it all. Like, baby, wanna walk with me. Let me see what you got for me. Put all my hands in my eyes to see. Shake that woman in the place to be. If you really wanna walk with me. Let me see what you got for me. Put all my hands in my eyes to see. Shake that woman in the place to be. If you really wanna walk with me. Ain't always us. The other time I said we murder us, so we murder us. A lot of niggas is wondering and they curious. I mean, my niggas get really so serious. Serious, some of my niggas are serious. Shut niggas is walking around fearing us. You don't want to be hearing us. Gotta make it sound like you ain't playing us. Every time I hear you, make you delirious. Then you know you think I'm being serious. You don't tell me how you should be on service. That's all that is in your ass. You know the area. You're gonna say you're not in the area. Area, check it in the area. Go split more, nigga, you know we about to bust. Instead of taking money, the people won't hear us. All it does instead is you making a fuss. Niggas know that they didn't know the game us. All it does say you never the bad us. People love the girl and mother us. Up, down, down, up, down, down. Niggas know that you need to stay the war with us. Why you feeling that I know you feeling so low with us. I'm gonna turn the next one, my nigga, no so with us. Well, I really wanna walk like that. Let me see that life from that. All the things in my eyes to see. Shape up, down in my face to be. If you really wanna walk with me, let me see what you got for me. Put all the things in my eyes to see. Shape up, down in my face to be. If you really wanna walk with me. Too lazy, hold it for me. I'll take that bitch, love the head, stick it, I'm
You need water right now? Go get some water. Go get some water. Yeah. I can use some water too. As of right now, are there any questions?
Question, so, okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How many times do we do the switch? Wait, sorry, one. Is it 4 times?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one,
And then the next. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we end on the left.
Yes. Yep. Boom. Got.
Okay.
It's just a slight combo though. I was actually gonna move on from that.
Okay.
But yeah, good question. If you guys want to do it again, we can. I'm gonna teach another combo real quick just to kind of drill it, you know what I mean, get it in your system. So, what move, that's my parentheses, is that combo focusing on that we've covered so far?
The, shoot, what's it called? Is it the
Okay. Yeah, so we've got the one, yeah, as far as musicality goes. But as far as our moves, we've got the rock, the bounce, the skate.
Right.
We've got a couple different bounces. So out of all of those, which one are we focusing on the most?
Oh, the forward, like the chest?
Yeah, you have the forward rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, your forward rock. Boom, yeah. So that's what we're focusing on here. Boom. Cap, boom. Cap, boom. Cap. Keeping that rock. Boom. Reset. Let's go again. Right? Okay, perfect. Also kind of focusing on your basic bounce a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? You kind of find your basic bounce in your knees right there as well. Okay? Good. And yes, just like Alan noticed, we are focusing on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what I was saying about those off beats. And 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. One of my philosophies on dance is the most effective and efficient movements come from your prep. You know what I mean? So how you go into the movement is going to set you up for success. You know what I mean? Because if you start late, like if you are here 1, 2, 3, 4, and you just go boom, right? It feels kind of awkward, you know, and that's natural. But it's going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of experience, a little bit of drilling to get those preps in your in your body, feeling natural. And that's what classes for. That's why we're here, right? Tight. Okay. Any other questions? No? I'm doing good? Alright, tight. Let's move on to the next one. Yes, we'll just do one more. And then we'll do history questions and then you guys are done for the day. Sound good? Alright, tight. Do you guys find it better? I mean, I know you guys have taken class before with someone like teaching it to you like without music or just kind of following along. Do you guys have a preference?
How you just did it was perfect.
Right, okay. Okay. I was like, that's my preference, I don't know. But if you guys are learning better a certain way, please let me know. Alright, so start with that on.
So, with the needles to the fire. repeat to make a lot of the way that you and Alexis do. Just a little bit set to make a whole lot happen. The music on the side, my rapping, written by the sheet now, produced by the beat on. And any credit that you heard thus far. Let's start from scratch, the baseline script. Better than the original who first made it. Now you're gonna see me, but fans never hold me. Believe I know the time, we been broke too deep. Here's another sample, but let's see you get the hell out of here like a bootleg and overflow the year. You only get the credit when the credit is due. So listen what I shout out is true. You got some talk to me. Say the word. You got some talk to me. Say the word. That's right. Come on, baby. That's right. Check it out. Say the word. Like the strings of the legs, roll a pick and that's it. Here it goes to the head and count the locks on it, right? I ain't not meant to verify, don't multiply. A theory ain't doing a conspiracy. He'll let you know that it applies to all of us. With no exception to the rule that's a must. The two job less, let no one curse. Straighten out what I be about, breaking the focus cloud. And let the management work for me, because I don't need the unnecessary hostility. I'm prolonging it, plan so we can gobble up the dough, straighten it out so everybody know. The kids are appreciating with the purpose of a smooth surface. She gets service one time to make them nervous. We're finally here and very long overdue. Beat rock this one for the crew. Everybody wants to see it. Say the word. Everybody wants to see it. Say the word. You got to.
Question for you. I know you're teaching 11:30, right? So I couldn't sign up online, but I was missing some prerequisites. Am I okay to come walk over? Listen, I don't know the music. There's another thing I can't afford to be cheesy. I can't take a lot of parts for the music. They really do believe that this one is fatal. 1.25, I gotta hit your line. You can ask me my big baby race or shit. Cause if they got mine, they got yours too. But the other here's what we gotta do. See a passion on literacy for highways. Every time we say all the past highways. Stick it in the SP12 from the just a little bit set to make a whole lot happen. The music on the side, my rapping. Written on the sheet now, produced by the beat on. And any credit that you heard thus far. Let's start from scratch with the baseline script. Better than the original who first made it. Now you're gonna see me, but fans never hold me. Believe I know the time, we been broke too deep. Here's my sample, but it's here, get the hell out of here like a bootleg and overflow the year. You only get the credit when the credit is due. So listen what I shout out is true. You got some talk to me. Say the word. You got some talk to me. Say the word. That's right. Come on, baby. That's right. Like the strings of the legs, roll a belly, that's it. Here it goes to the head and count the locks on it, right? I ain't not meant to verify, don't multiply. A theory ain't doing a conspiracy. We can let you know that it applies to all of us. There's no exception to the rule that's a must. The two job less, let no one curse. Straighten out what I be about, breaking the focus cloud. And let the management work for me, because I don't need the unnecessary hostility. I'm prolonging it, plan so we can gobble up the dough, straighten it out so everybody knows. The kids are appreciating with the purpose of a smooth surface. She gets service one time to make them nervous. We're finally here and very long overdue. so I can bring home the bacon. Mother sweat, they say the drop that flow, but we been on to the impossible like work with Joe. So sleep if you want, I do it for you, get your feet true. But here's the real scoop. I hope that and then some, something like that, so much fun like it's like an eye. Just show you where I come from, my back. Do it, I've had it up there, but they don't pay me, so over. They gotta be a new day, yeah. Let's do a work, go get a taco, I'll be ready from the country, being from the
Alright, how you guys doing? Doing okay? Yeah? Yes. Is it making a little bit more sense what I say in the prep?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, yeah. So, that's just my personal philosophy, you know what I mean? If you can set up a good prep, you can do any move right. You know what I mean? That applies to breaking, that applies to hip hop, that applies to ballet, that applies to tap, everything. You know what I mean? If you can set up your good fourth position, you know what I mean? You're not over one foot or the other, you're gonna do perfect heroics. You know what I mean? That's your prep. Same with hip hop. If you can get your body to alignment, it's gonna feel natural. Which again just comes with time, experience, drilling, everything like that. So, yes, a little bit of vocabulary now. Yeah. Shoot, I forgot what the thing was called.
You said, wait, no.
Close. That's the other move. I think it's just called a party dance.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think it's just like go, like, I call it go party.
Yeah, it's something like that. So you have that, you have your bounce, right? Which the accent was on the down. Yes, good, yeah, good. So you have your accent on that down with your bounce. You have your party dance, boom, cut, boom. This one right here is called the bar season. 1, 2, 3, good. 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's also what my classes will consist of, vocabulary. The more tools you have in your belt, the more words you have in your brain, the more beautiful your senses are going to be. Wasn't a good sentence to begin with, that's fine. Yeah, you catch what I'm saying. Good. Yes. Vocabulary, musicality a little bit. It's good. Your guys' group is starting to look a lot better just from this one class alone. So good job to both of you, honestly. Yeah. Any questions before we kind of finish off here?
No, you're doing great.
Look, thanks. Okay, so as far as actually, let's do a quick 2-minute cool down. We're gonna switch up our vibe a little bit.
We got together, got to go,
Allow me to show you something.
Alright, just a cool down, alright? Follow along, head.
make this up, don't sweat what
Okay, sorry. Yeah, that was a little cool down. That didn't go as exactly as intended, but that's okay. Okay, we got 3 minutes left. What do we know about hip hop history?
We know that, well, based on
act like you know. Yes, yes, sure.
8 count, simplified more simplified 2 count.
Okay.
Like based on like today's class or like?
Previous knowledge. You,
Oh,
so, okay, that's a good recap of what we did today.
Yeah.
What about like history and culture?
It's changed. Okay, so it's changed a lot. I remember I took my class. There are, like you said, there are 5 different like portions.
Do you know what they are?
What about whacking?
No.
Okay, just kidding.
Yeah, that's okay. That's a street style.
Okay, I know. Okay, so I know styles of hip hop. So whacking, there's talking, walking, house, breakdancing, and
That's it.
Okay.
That's the 5. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, those are 5 street styles. Yes. Separate from hip hop, right? They may have been influenced from hip hop, but they are separate. There are 5 principal elements to hip hop that define hip hop culture. They're MC, right? You have the MC, right? There's the DJing. There's breaking, which is the dance portion of hip hop. There's graffiti, and then knowledge. Knowledge has only been introduced to hip hop culture recently, and that's because people started studying it in a philosophical manner, right? Before, like if you talk to certain people like OGs and stuff like that, they'll tell you 4, which is the first word I mentioned. But the 5th one is knowledge, and you have to know about the culture, right? So that's kind of why it's being introduced. So those are your 5 elements of hip hop: DJ, MC, yep. Knowledge, good, yes. Those encompass hip hop culture. As for where it started, it's cool because hip hop has an address. No other style really has that. So hip hop started in the Bronx, New York, in 1973. Question mark? I'll brush up on that. But it was 1520 Sedgwick Ave, the Bronx, New York. Yes, that's tight. No other style has that. You know what I mean? And that's where all those elements kind of came together. So, I mean, I'll just kind of spit this knowledge out and we'll recap more classes you guys take from me and stuff like that. But there was this DJ, his name was DJ Coolher. He's the forefather of hip hop. He's the guy who basically invented all these things. So he was hosting a birthday party for like his sister or something like that, right? And they were holding it at their house, 1520 Sedgwick Avenue. It was like an apartment or something like that. And he was playing music on his record player, right? That was a thing back in the day, right? Yeah, kind of see where this is going. Okay, well, he noticed that when people were at this party, they liked to dance to the breakbeats. And the breakbeat of the song is, like, especially with funk music, they'll have like a verse, a chorus, your verse, your chorus, your breakbeat, which is just like the instrumental section. And people like to go and dance to the breakbeat, and he saw that. And so what he did is, instead of having the song, like the record player play the next song, he put 2 record players next to each other, right? And he had the same song going on each of them. And when one breakbeat stopped, he looped it on the next one. And that's how breaking came to be. That's why it's called that, right? So he would play it on one, he'd go to the breakbeat, and then he would loop it on the other one. And then that's how DJing, breaking, you'd have your MC, that's kind of what rapping stemmed from the MC, right? And so that's how all the elements, so his name is DJ Coolher. Yeah, I wish I had a marker. I could go, blah, blah, blah. So he is the forefather of hip hop. He started everything. After that, it was Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5. There was, you know what I mean? There was everybody after him. Yes, I'll stop there. Yes, I'm a minute over. I apologize. Sorry, guys. Yes, so DJ Coolher, forefather of hip hop. We'll kind of continue going. Just basic hip hop history and culture. Do you have any questions at the moment? No? Okay. Thank you guys again for showing up to class. A free hip hop class. Yes. Everybody arms up. And thank you everyone for showing up. Yeah, and if you guys have any questions, at all, please feel free to reach out to me and ask. I'd love to answer anything you have about the styles like hip hop. And if you guys especially, you know what I mean? If you guys are interested at all. Yeah. Or yeah, Saturday. After the, yes, alright, see you there, huh? Thank you.
I know, I'm like,
Yeah, that'd be nice. Well, see you.
Usually the best person, I apologize, I'm running slightly behind. Such a touch.
Because I follow you. Yeah, it's like 2 in the morning. I heard it on the roof.
Alright, y'all, so we have some new friends taking class today. Welcome. I have just a few disclaimers. As long as you go in the same general direction as everyone else, that's the only prerequisite. If there's a movement that doesn't feel right to you, solos are welcome. Our frontline crew, they're all experts. Watch them if you need anything. No pressure. Have fun. It's so much better than a treadmill.